Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to talk about relatively fresh release from Tamiya. So it's a British main battle tank in 1/48 scale, so it should take a bit less space than its 1/35 version. Nevertheless, Tamiya kits are quite famous for their details even in 1/48 scale. That's why this Challenger 2 in its Desertised version might be an interesting build for those modelers who don't have space or don't want to work with a large model. And that's also why I decided to get it, with your help, obviously, with help of your donations. And I would like to say separate thank you for this, because it's actually you who made this review possible. And now we have a chance to review this kit a bit closer. So first of all, I have to say this is a model which might be even more interesting considering the recent news on the let's say worldwide. So that's why, and I hope you understand what I mean. So that's why it might be a good choice in order to try something different. And here we have a standard Tamiya box, also quite nice box art here, and you can see the comparison with my hand right now. On the side of the box you'll find also one of the marking options, and here on the opposite side I think that's the different marking option. Maybe it's the same, we will see it when we will be checking the assembly manual. So this is a top opening box, it's quite easy as you can see to open. And inside, as usual for Tamiya, we have all sprues packed into separate plastic bags. So they are closed with the staples, and I'm going to use a staple remover or debonder, whoever prefers what, but it's the best way to open this thing actually, because otherwise you might damage your fingers and then it will be really funny stuff to actually model with such damaged fingers. So here we go on with the first plastic sprue. All of them are molded in this I would say sand colored plastic. So here you can see what I'm talking about. Maybe we can open the lenses a bit and zoom in. So here you can see the rear armor wall. We have also the fuel tanks. We have some external panels. But what is quite interesting is that we have the main barrel, which is molded as a single piece part. So here we get it actually as a single piece part, and this is really cool because, as you remember in my recent build from the East 2, I was complaining that it is actually assembled out of two parts. This is not a great thing, especially in a modern time, but that kit was old, so now that's why I'm happy to see actually the change here. And also, as you can see, we have the figurine here included, so this is also a welcome feature even in this scale. Okay, next I'm opening another plastic bag, which is actually dedicated to two plastic sprues. And here maybe the perfect chance to mention also that Brand Gun or Howler, they will release their traditional PE set for this kit. I'm not sure what will be actually replaced with these parts, so stay tuned, because I think it's obligatory, let's say, to try this set, to review it, and also to see what will be actually changed with it, because usually they bring a lot of interesting stuff, and in this scale it might be even more engaging thing to assemble. So next we continue with this frame. Here, as you can see, we have the lower hull panel, or the floor panel. As you can see, it is molded not only together with this suspension arms, but we also have some part of the external armor. We have also side armor panels here, and I really like the surface texture here. So if I zoom in, you can see what I'm talking about, and I think it really deserves some careful weathering because it will look even better. Here we also get the side panels for the turret. So as you remember, this tank has a huge turret because it's a main battle tank, so that's why you will not be able to avoid it. And just to show you the size, so here is the top hull cover, this one, and also here we get the turret parts, so you can see the comparison of their sizes. It's really impressive that such thing actually exists and operates. And again, if we zoom in here on the surface details on the engine deck, I think that's the perfect candidate for some PE parts. I'm not sure how it is actually looking like on the real example, so it will be a matter of checking some reference photos, but I guess that will be the first thing which will be tackled by Brand Gun, because it would be a shame not to get some engine bay meshes and some other minor clamps in this area. Next, I'm opening one more plastic bag, so here we get actually the double of the sprues. So I will show you only one. As you can see, there are two of them. And obviously we get the suspension arms and tracks here. So I will place it like this. And you can see road wheels are molded as a single piece part. So if I zoom in, you can see what I'm talking about. Obviously this is a Tamiya, so there are no templates or masks included for this part of the kit. So be ready. In order to carefully paint it, you'll have to use your own masks. But from the other side, it's really good to have plastic tracks, just in like in any other previous 1/48 scale release from Tamiya. And if I flip it over here inside, you can see also some interesting guiding elements for the road wheels. It will make it easier to combine them together and actually get the proper fitment. And frankly speaking, this 1/48 scale choice is not that a wrong decision, because even in this scale you saw that it's quite a noticeable size and it will be fun to work with. Next we continue with the small tech tips brochure. It's also a typical thing for Tamiya, nothing special. You get it in any other kit, no matter which scale you will pick. Next we continue with the background information, which is surprisingly printed in black and white. So that's why even the marking guide is black and white, and I see that we get only one marking option, which is a shame, to be honest, because I would prefer to have more, but who knows, maybe there are more in the assembly manual. But on the bottom of the box we also get the decal sheet, which is also enclosed with the staples. So you can hear I'm opening it right now. And from what I can see here, we actually get one marking option, and it's a huge minus for this kit, because they could have included at least something else. And here you can see decals. These are typical for Tamiya, nothing I would say surprising in a bad sense, so they should be easy to work. And maybe some of the symbols you can actually replicate them with the masks, but it's up to you whether you would like to go this way. And next we continue with assembly manual. So this one, as you can see, is printed in form of black and white brochure. We have no history note because we had the separate background information. Here we have some safety notes, and assembly process starts with the metal weight being placed in the hull. So as usual, it is fixed in the box with the glue, but it was fine inside because it's quite heavy. Again, I do not understand the point of this thing in the model, but maybe you would prefer to have it, so it's up to you. Next we continue with the road wheels. As you can see, it's a quite repetitive task. Drive sprockets, they have the polyvinyl things inside. Here we continue with the next steps. So tracks, also the side skirts being installed here, side armor, rear skirts, mud guards. Here we continue with the fuel tanks. And next we have the turret starting to be assembled. Again, the polycaps are being used. And as you remember, there is no interior, so that's why we are not installing anything inside, but still it is nice to have one piece barrel. Separate thanks for this. Here we install the turret on place, and then we continue with the tankman figurine, and note that you also can replicate the towing cable. And here we have some advices on how to apply the decals. So this kit should be already available. You can get it in any good model shop. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion. Write it here in the comment section below, and press the like button if you like this video, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.